Good day, everyone. My name is Anthony Mills, and this is the Global Innovation Institute webinar. Today is Tuesday, March 29th, 2022, and we're glad that you could join us for our webinar today. As many of you know, Global Innovation Institute is the world's leading professional certification, business accreditation, and membership organization in the field of innovation. We work hard to work with organizations around the world to help build capabilities for corporate innovation. We work with individuals to develop their individual capabilities and knowledge around innovation so that organizations can truly be successful at driving and delivering innovation and transformation for the long run. So again, thank you and welcome to our webinar today. So what I'd like to do now is to introduce our guest speaker today to you and tell you a little bit about him, and after that I will turn it over to him. So our guest today is Mr. Pravin Rajpal. Now Pravin is an innovation and creative leadership coach to Fortune 500 companies, including such firms as Samsung, Dell, Citibank, Amdocs, CLAAS, and several top Indian firms. He's also a strategic futurist, an idea facilitator who has helped to transform business conglomerates like ITC, Tata Group, Aditya Birla Group, and many more. Pravin is an international keynote speaker on open innovation and digital transformation who has been invited to speak in Finland, Australia, the United States, Europe, and South Africa. He's the author of bestsellers like Achieving Business Excellence with CNBC and 5 Thinkings to Win. He's a former knowledge partner to the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. He's a recipient of many prestigious awards and recognitions for outstanding global contributions in the field of learning and development. Pravin has a very rich background and many notable accomplishments. In particular, he has a very rich and diverse base of management consulting experience spanning over 25 years, with 15 years in quality and business excellence and 10 years in innovation. He was trained by the Asian Productivity Council and Japan Productivity Council at Toyota Nagoya. He's a chartered accountant with very strong commercialization experience in diverse industries. He has developed the Industry Innovation Framework for the Confederation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. He developed all of the digital tools in the Worldwide Innovation Platform, which you're going to learn about today, including the 3D idea generators, the guided mind maps, and the Worldwide Innovation Network cloud platform under the Innovation Next brand. Pravin has set up 25 Innovation Next incubators in leading universities and corporates in India. As a result of his prestigious work, Pravin has received numerous global recognitions and accolades, including being ranked by Thinkers 360 in the US as the #1 global thought leader in the areas of open innovation and educational technology, or EdTech. He's been called a visionary leader changing the world by Informa in the UK, and he's been named a top 30 leaders of India by the Time of India's Lead India campaign. So today, Pravin is going to be sharing with us many of the details of the GInI Win virtual innovation platform, which he has developed and with the help of his team. So with that, please join me in welcoming Mr. Pravin Rajpal. Pravin, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. And thank you very much, Anthony. I'm really humbled, with your kind words. It's a great honor. It's a great pleasure. It's a great privilege, today to be associated with the Global Innovation Institute, GInI. And I am extremely thankful to Anthony for providing me with that wonderful opportunity and to have this platform to address the audience worldwide. Once again, I welcome all of you to this session of Innovation Next. And basically, the session is all about the industry-linked EdTech solutions for innovations and startups. So we basically help the academia all over the world in developing the culture of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, co-innovate with MNCs and the top most innovative companies of the world. And of course, use our platform, the plug and play platform that we have to generate new revenue streams by introducing new programs in the areas of innovation, startups, and entrepreneurship, move to Education 4.0. So we provide the complete idea to scale up toolkit, which unlocks infinite possibilities. The tools that we provide today are very profound. And I would say that they are some of the best tools available today in the area of innovation in the world. The tools that we provide consist of the idea generation software, which is the 3D idea generators or the innovation Rubik's. The second most important tool that we provide is called the guided mind maps, which is absolutely, quite opposed to the traditional mind maps that you would have seen. These mind maps, they don't tax you much. They give you the ideas at every step and guides the students for converting their ideas in the evolutionary ideas into the revolutionary business models. The last but not the least is the platform, the cloud platform, which is called the Worldwide Innovation Network, which connects the innovation seekers with the innovation providers. All these tools, they enable you to create innovations and the innovative startups. So this is how we empower all the academic institutions in the world. And a little bit more about the World Innovation Network. The present system is completely disintegrated. The industry is completely disconnected with the universities. So we've developed this cloud platform which connects the innovation seekers with the innovation providers. The seekers you can see on your left-hand side of the screen. They consist of the government, the companies, the R&D centers, the venture capitalists, the corporate venturing companies, and the providers are basically universities, the startups originating from the universities, the technology providers, the research professionals, and the students. It is only when the management experience, the financial muscle, and the marketing network of innovation seekers, when it collaborates with the passion, with the energy, and with the disruptive ideas of the startups, that great breakthroughs can happen. And the whole world, I would say the most innovative universities in the world, the most innovative companies in the world have outsourced their scouting actually for the next startups and the next business ideas, the next innovations. And I think this platform will be a very important platform for all the academic institutions to collaborate with the most innovative institutions in the world. So this actually enables you to supercharge your innovation ecosystem. Your center of research and innovation, your institutes, innovation councils, the idea development and evaluation or application labs, the entrepreneurship development cells in the university, the CDCs, very important. It is not only for people to become entrepreneurs, I would say even for the intrapreneurs. So very important for the people who are looking for the futuristic jobs in some very good organizations. And one of the most important parts is that we convert your existing computer labs into the innovation labs. So without having to spend any money on the space, without spending any money on the IT infrastructure, without spending any money on the furniture and fixtures, your existing computer labs can be converted into the innovation labs. The great benefits that it offers to the industry, it motivates more students because they're working with the top-notch organizations. It provides lucrative rewards to the students, provides breakthrough ideas to the entrepreneurs because they get connected to the corporate accelerators, creates a much better product fit, mentoring and technical support from thousands of companies. Last but not the least, get early stage, seed stage, and expansion stage funding from thousands of corporate venturing companies. So this is, I think, these are some great benefits which are available to the academic institutions today. Our tools, they help in converting the smartphone into a digital incubator and the accelerator. As the world moves towards a digital transformation, you will find that the digital incubator, just like a digital bank, everything is here on your smartphone. So it has the marketing intelligence, it has the technology intelligence, and it has the business intelligence. So if you talk about the skills at a large scale and at a great speed, you cannot find a better option than this innovation next solutions. These pictures are the pictures of the innovation centers, who are using our tools. You'll see how these institutions have converted their computer labs with our tools into the innovation labs. The Sage University, the Vishnu Institute of Technology, Modi University. There are many of these universities who are using our tools for creating the innovation and the startup enabling infrastructure, where their professors and where their students are working on the cutting edge tools that we provide to them. This is the center that we set up at GKCIIT. This is the center that we had set up at the RNTU. This is the center at Atharva. So I think our tools, they really create a big impact on the overall innovation and the startup ecosystem. You see lovely professional university over here. After they subscribe to the tools, they got the third ranking of innovation in REI in India. So very, very important tools. And I would like to give you a glimpse of some of the tools over here in the next about 20 to 25 minutes. And then, you can see what kind of an impact, how easy we have simplified innovation for all of you. The guided mind maps, as I said, they're opposed to the mind maps that you actually get when you have a clean slate in front of you. Now here, the students can actually start by understanding the problems and the needs of the industry. So if you see the World Innovation Network here, which is there on your screen, just 1 second, yeah. So this World Innovation Network has got many sections, but one of the most important sections that you have here is the requirement which the industry has today. So if anybody wants to understand what is the need of the industry to create a great product and a market fit, they don't have to look around anywhere else. The list is in front of you. Which sector do you want to go? Supposing you want to go for the FMCG sector, you can just click over here and see so many companies, right from Procter and Gamble to PepsiCo to Nestle to Coca-Cola to Heineken to Estee Lauder, all the FMCG companies, they're on your screen. And if you want to find out the needs, all you have to do is just click and see as to what is the need of Procter and Gamble today. So you are inside the ecosystem of an organization within just 1 second. So forget about your traditional industry and academia, where the director has to actually go and approach, the people, and it takes a lot of time to understand what the company needs. Here you can just understand in 1 click, and this is what is called open innovation in action. The whole world today is switching to, it's become a village and, shifting from closed innovation to open innovation. In fact, Procter and Gamble calls this journey as connect and develop and not as research and develop, because connect and develop allows them to reduce their innovation cycle time. And this is what I meant by saying that they're outsourcing their innovation requirements to universities and the startups. So what is their need in the life lab? What do they need in the oral, personal, and family care innovations? Their needs in the beauty and grooming. I think this tremendously reduces the research time of the universities and the student, the market research time. And if you want to find out more, 1 click, and you can see the current needs of the organization. For example, waste to worth, the sustainable regenerative consumption challenge. The next is about the amplified potential. How do you boost the innate human capabilities to attain optimal abilities for dexterity, endurance, and mobility? There are many more you can just see, and I think this is what is very important. The conscious and circular beauty. This is something that PNG is working on today, democratizing the diverse expression. You can go back and see many more needs of the organization, the oral, personal, and family care innovations, right? 16 current needs. Imagine what is going to be the number of ideas that your university or your students are going to be working on. And most importantly, they're not just needs. They are the areas where they will also get the support from Procter and Gamble. So this whole platform that we provide to you here, it gives you the overall requirements of all the industries. Right? So if you want to partner with any other sector, you can go to any other sector. You can go to the accelerators in the automobile section. You can go into the pharma sector. But one very important thing that I want to mention over here is about the way the world is opening up today. So you have a company called Bosch. I mean, this company files the maximum number of patents in the world today in the automotive sector. But look at the win-win partnerships that they want to create between the startups and Bosch. And even, a bigger thing over here is that the students can sell their ideas even at the proof of concept stages. This is basically the innovation market. So it is not just about the world. It's not just about a network or understanding the needs. Today, innovation also needs a market. Where is the marketplace? The students can sell their POCs, they can test, they can learn, they can speak, they can network, and most importantly, they can scale up their innovations. No other company, no other venture capitalist would ever provide an early stage idea with this kind of a support. And this is the support which many of the universities they need today, because they do not have the domain expertise. So this whole platform in front of your screen, it opens up thousands and thousands of possibilities. How is it that you want to work with the Honda Accelerator? They are telling the students simply to dream faster. And what they provide to you is a support for funding and prototyping. They provide you the support for testing your products. They provide you with the Honda mentors. They provide you with collaboration workspace. What else would you need? And the focus areas that they have, they tell you the focus areas on which that company is working so your students can work in that direction. Mobility, robotics, and so what are you waiting for? Just get in touch, click over here and talk to them. This whole platform is having so many companies. You can see right from Renault to Rolls-Royce to Daimler Chrysler to Toyota Collaborative Safety Research Center to Audi to Denso Open Innovation. I mean, it is all full of the current needs that the company has today. Look at the accelerators by pharma. The ideas that the pharma company are needing today in the space of innovation, whether it is Abbott or Johnson and Johnson or Bayer. Simply click on any one of these, and you will find that they have provided the complete portal about the needs that these companies have today. How to submit your idea? What are the areas in which they need the innovations? Sustainable packaging, right? I think this research is extremely important for any researcher, any innovator, or any entrepreneur in the future if he really wants to create a breakthrough innovation. Unfortunately, most of the innovations which are happening at many of the universities, they are not breakthrough because they do not have this kind of a research. So they clearly say that we are not looking for glass and packaging that is not fully recyclable or biodegradable. And what are we looking at? The biosourced material. Ideally, solutions will already be present in the food supplement, etc., etc. So please look into the needs of these organizations. Try to understand what are they looking for. The accelerators by the energy companies. Can you imagine that a company called Shell is actually looking and working with the entrepreneurs and the startups for the future? And a very important thing, what they're looking for is the game changer ideas. And they say that we work with startups on unproven, I repeat the word unproven, early stage ideas, which has the potential to impact the future of the energy. I think this is where most of the innovations fail because they do not get any kind of a support from anywhere, and as a result of which, very bright ideas do not see the light of the day. And this is where we want to tell you the research that we have done is the world's largest research that connects you with some of the best organizations so that the entrepreneurs and innovators would see the light of the day. So you can see how importantly we have connected these mind maps. You can even go from here through the mind maps and connect with those links, but the next steps are very important. How do you move ahead if you have seen a need or a problem? So what you can go step by step. What are the causes? Why there is a problem? You can simply, write over here subtopic and write your points. It's that simple. Excuse me. And you can see, you can expand this, go back, move to the next main idea, which talks about the creative thinking. But many of the students do not understand what creativity means to them. It's one click. It talks about imagination and free thinking without the bonds. But then the 5 different levels of thinking where students transform from imitation to variation to combination, transformation. The next is about the divergent thinking. So what are the ideas, in the field of divergent thinking? A note about divergent thinking is here. Convergent thinking, so guidance on every step. Iterative thinking. Many of the innovations happen just because the students attempt it. When you're on your creative thinking module, you will meet many chance experiments. There will be serendipity. There will be accidental discoveries and trial and error. So you can note down those points. The meaning of unconventional thinking. How do you break the standard rules? How do you think opposite or challenge the conventional wisdom? Very, very important ideas for the people to come over here. The design thinking principles. How do you utilize a different product? How do you substitute something? How do you divide? And the cube that we provide over here is called the 3D idea generator. It's an innovation cube. You can see and tilt, 360 degrees to see as to how this innovation rubrics provides you with cognitive flexibility and juxtaposition of the ideas which the human mind can never even think of. Because every innovation is nothing but a fusion of ideas. How do you create new fusion of ideas? How do you shuffle this cube to create new permutations and the combinations? And can you believe that's 5 into 5 into 5 cube has got 43 quintillion permutations and combinations. And that is what innovation lies. So it is a creative chaos, which is very important if you have to create the order. So how do you create something which is new and simpler? Different by combining 2 different technologies or 2 different products. I can go horizontally, I can go, vertically, I can shuffle the cube, randomly 20 times so that I take the element of human bias out from here. And every combination which appears to be very weird on this cube is actually a scope for innovation tomorrow. And that is what is known as, the chance experiments and also cognitive flexibility. So how can you create something, which is creative, user-centered, caters to various tastes, reduces the efforts, and it's wow. The top line I'm reading, how do you create comfort with intelligent, renewable, efficient energy in an unconventional manner? That is the second line I read for you. Something which is modular and, something which is transparent, and floating. And how Japanese created the floating solar stations, right? Something which is very less in the cost. The fourth line is ultra slim, can be fitted into the consumer durables, has got multiple applications and very thin. These are ideas. These are new ideas which the human brain cannot think about. something which is quality, brings harmony between the nature and man, something which is a combination of arts and science. It's revolving and it connects. The fifth line that I read for you, you can go on and on. Something which is cost efficient, something which is a throwaway, something which has got many colors. It is a combination of the proximity and the software. Imagine the number of ideas that you can generate. The second line on this talks about digital, something which is digitally feasible and self-driven. It generates energy and has got many great features. Now, these ideas that you see over here can be easily copied on the mind maps. For example, when we were doing the workshop for Tata Motors, they got this word called sensor brought in from the idea generator. And a brilliant idea they expanded this word was, how do we calculate a distance sensor so that no car ever meets with an accident from the car which is coming in the opposite direction? Now, this is a brilliant idea that Tata Motors is working on. They're ensuring that whenever the driver tries to overtake, and if the distance is not overtaking worthy, it will sound a beep. And they're also working on a solution which says that, the driver overriding system will not allow the driver to tilt the steering. Another wonderful idea which came was, the seat belt goes on top of your heart. Is it possible for you to measure your blood pressure and the heart rate, and if there is something wrong, to immediately connect with the hospitals? When the point of renewable came in from the idea generator, they said, how do you harness the wind energy which is blowing across you when you are driving the car? So obviously, when you're driving at the speed of 100 kilometers an hour, there is also a wind which is blowing across you at the speed of 100 kilometers an hour. So how do you tap that with a zero drag fans? This is the power of the idea generators. The topmost companies today, they use this basically to create, their new breakthrough innovations, which is not possible otherwise by the human brain. Now, I take you to the design thinking, that word that we were on to. So can you imagine that this particular template, the first template on need and problem resolution, only the first few, main ideas already have resulted into so many thought processes? What will be the technology thinking? How do you resolve with the AR or the VR? How do you resolve with the artificial intelligence? The number of ideas, and all these templates are there for the students to even create more ideas in the future. Can this be resolved with innovative thinking? Can we make it faster, better, simpler, greener, smarter, or lighter? Right? Every step guides the student. So by the time the student has spent, or the entrepreneur or a founder has spent, some good time on this mind map, he is able to come out with the radical thinking and radical solutions. I think this is what is something that, we always want to say, that our templates enable you to create great ideas. And I always believe that innovation, like the computer, is a GIGO machine. The GIGO earlier was called garbage in, garbage out, but today for me, GIGO is a great idea in and the great innovation out. So in the very beginning, if you have great ideas coming from the requirements of the MNCs and the great challenges, and if you're able to resolve those ideas, on this template, you figure out what your best solutions are, and great innovations begin from there. This is a first template. And you don't need too much of a professor intervention here. All the points are there. Imagine universities having large number of student base. And today's generation, the millennials, the alpha and the generation Z, by the very nature, they want to work on these kind of tools. They have a tendency to work on the apps and the tools. So the first mind map tells you how basically do you connect with the needs and resolve the challenges. The next mind map tells you about creating a new design. Now imagine if you want to advance a little further, right? So what would you like to eliminate? The scarce materials. What would you like to adjust? Something within the available space, right? So the vertical farms, for example, right? The whole world is becoming concrete. How do you create vertical farms? What is it that you want to combine? The two technologies, the two products, or the two processes in the field of agriculture, for example, right? I think these are very important points that the students can simply just say the subtopic and write these ideas here. So by the time they do this, they're able to create new designs which have got good features, values, quality and attributes. Move to the next mind map. Once your design mind map is over, the whole world is shifting towards the smart innovations. It's about smart products, smart cities, smart automobiles. A click here, and already the entire array of ideas, the 360-degree array of ideas for the smart automobiles, they're on your screen. So how do I create smart driving assistance? How do I create automated emergency management? Even the examples are given to the students here. The drones for charging the batteries of the EVs in the emergency conditions, for example, right? So you can go back, you can see what smart cities are, you can go back and see what are the ideas that the smart city world needs today, and you can see what smart products actually mean. What are the new ideas that the smart products can be made of one click, just one click, and so what could be the connected device, and what could be the real-time location. All these ideas are extremely important for the students, and they save tremendous amount of time. These mind maps, they provide ideas at every step. The next need for you would be actually to understand and conduct a SWOT analysis, because unless you are better than the competition, there's no point in going to the market. So what are your strengths? One click. What are the areas in which you actually need the improvements? Whether it is a brand or marketing channels, or typically the areas in which the startups do not score very well. So it could be a marketing and promotion point. So it tells you that these are the areas that you must look into: your own customer base, your resources, so on and so forth. So every template basically takes you ahead. And particularly these templates about the commercialization, the SWOT analysis, the business model. Brilliant innovations have failed. Some of the best innovations I have seen failing because they could not create a business model. But what exactly does a business model mean, and what are my ideas there? The first thing is, what is our value creation model? How are we going to resolve customer pain points? What are our solutions? What is going to be the technology or a design that we are delivering because of the mind maps that you created in your last mind maps? Our advantages or features. But a very important part is, I think where many of them fail is the revenue generation model. What kind of a pricing you're going to be charging? What will be the model? Is it going to be the high quality at a lower price like Toyota? Is it going to be low cost nickel and dime model? Is it going to be a razor blade or a freemium model, or a pay as you proceed further? If you have any other model in your mind, please write it. Topic number 8 and 9 and 10. It is so flexible. Guidance at every step. The acid test is basically the operating model of a business. So am I going to be an aggregator? Am I going to be on the online market space, or am I going to be in franchising? Or is it going to be the brick and mortar? Is it going to be e-commerce or crowdsourcing, or a combination of all these factors together, which makes me, a multi-brand model? Will it be a B2B model or a B2C model? Now imagine the kind of thought process which has gone in creating these mind maps. Every step takes your evolutionary idea into a revolutionary business model. You can see what kind of, because when the next point for you after the business model is your asset test of going and hitting the market. How would you go and hit the market? What will be your go-to-market strategy? Now, what will be your marketing campaign? So what is going to be your brand positioning? First of all, how will you capture the minds of your customers, which is, favorable, valuable, palatable, and are you doing something remarkable, right? This is what is at every, step. It's not just an idea. It is also the explanation of the idea that you want. So how will you create the awareness? The customer business case, the effective communication and what it means. in what way your your solution resonates with the pain points of the customers. Many of the startups I've seen, they've created a brilliant product, a brilliant solution, but they are not good in their communication to the companies. They're not good in the communication in trying to figure out what their target markets are. So what is going to be your TAM, SAM, and SOM? I think every step over here tells you about your competitive intelligence. And that is why we said we provide you with the business intelligence, the technology intelligence, and the competitive intelligence. The customer segmentation part. What is customer segmentation? The businesses fail because they have not basically catered to the right kind of the customer markets. It could be geographic, it could be psychographic, but what the psychographic means, right? Personality, the attitudes, the values and interest. Does your product cater to that? If not that, what does technographic means? Is it about a mobile use or a desktop use? Because the people have natural tendency towards that. The value-based segmentation. So by the time you are here on your market campaign, you're able to create a customer engagement, sales team, funnel, sales and support services. Every point, the strategic market chains. Which chains do you want to tie up with? Imagine the number of chains which exist today and which provides your business with a natural boost on day one. Do you want to create your own chains, or do you want to tie up with the chains which already exist? I think it's going to take some time. So put 1 or 2 months on the go-to-market strategies. Create a strategic channel partner network that you have, right? Create the collaboration strategies with many of the companies, and you see where your go-to-market strategies is. If you want to see the marketing technologies that you want to use, one click, and the entire gamut of technologies available today to market your products are available on the screen. Do you want to do influencer marketing? Do you want to use the vending machines, or do you want to use the geofencing or location-based marketing, or a social media story? Think about it. Where will you get so many ideas in one place? And if you see the marketing ideas that we have on this mind map, the 134, which is written here, I go further. I go for the sources of funding. I can see there's so much of sources of funding which are available on this connected to the World Innovation Network. But the most important sources of funding which are available is today from the corporate venturing companies. So you will find that there are 274 corporate venture companies in every sector of the business that we have given to you. Can you imagine if you have an idea in the healthcare business today, there are these 28 venture capital arms willing to invest in you. And that makes your negotiating capability very, very strong. The traditional venture capitalists, he behaves like Shylock. They're only interested in ensuring that they get their own returns. But these companies, they're not just interested in returns, they work for their customers. And I think approaching these companies in healthcare, approaching these companies in automotive, approaching these companies in the field of energy, they're not accelerators. Mind you, they've got millions of dollars of fund earmarked for making the investments in the startups. So you can simply talk to them, because the biggest challenge that I have seen, which any kind of a startup faces today, is the area of the scale up. So we provide you with the complete, I would say, canvas, or I would say the complete platform, where the company, where the students and the entrepreneurs and the innovators, they can actually scale up with some of the best companies. Our mind maps on technologies. I mean, we provide, the mind map on every technology today. The idea bank on the mind map. So how is the robotics being used in the area of agriculture? Right? So from seeding to monitoring to fertilizer to irrigation to thinning and pruning, what is your idea? What kind of an idea do you want to work on? So these mind maps, the military and safety, the part in robotics, if you want to work in that area, pick up any sector. pick up the healthcare sector in robotics today and see how robotic attendants are being made, right? The operational efficiencies, high quality patient care, right? The safe working environment, modular robots, everything, that you wanted to find out is available on your screen. But a very important part is that our technology section over here, it gives you every technology and the technology solution provider. So while we talked about the robotics there, if you want to understand what are the latest robotic trends, there are 94 items over here. And you can see how this autonomous security robo has been created. And the video, you can just put it on and see how this works.
Challenges humans face working in this AI technology and robots improve efficiency. So an autonomous security robot provides two different tactics to reduce crime. One is to have a physical presence, just to deter negative behavior. The second is, can we get these machines to do 10x to 100x more than a human could ever possibly?
So 10x to 100x more than the human capabilities, right? But a very important thing here is not just about the application of the robotics, but who are the solution providers. So you can just go on one click and see who are the solution providers, the night scope robots for security. How can we bring this solution to your country? Because today innovation is not just about a product and a market fit. I believe that the technology and the market fit is equally important. So it will be very, very easy for any kind of an organization to find out as to who these people are and how you can partner with them for the purpose of creating the new kinds of collaborations. So this is as far as our technology section is concerned. Go to the drone technologies. I mean, the whole world actually is trying to create new applications of drones. So what are the applications in the disaster management? Do you want to work in any one of these areas? I mean, in India, people have started working on avoiding rail accidents and the medical emergencies, for example. So what kind of an idea you want to work on? Is it something about the healthcare? Is it about sanitizing the stadiums, or is it about the aerial disinfections? Is it about the hospital to home services? Or is it about a drone ambulance for pickup? Pick up an idea that you have in your mind and start expanding those ideas. What are the industrial applications of drones? In 1 second, you get to know that the drones are being applied in so many industries in so many ways. So do you want to see how they're being applied in forestry? About tree plantations being done with the drones, about saving the rainforests? How many ideas you get in just 1 second? I think this whole platform that we provide, it enables you to create many, many new applications of the technologies. And then, partner, you can see the drone technology section over here. 127 applications of the drone technology on your screen. So we talked about the forest restoration drones. One click and it stimulates your imagination about the video. How are these being used? Because we have seen the fire in Australia, we've seen the fire in Turkey, we've seen the fire in US, but the restoration has to happen even much more faster. The entire application over here shows you so many applications of the drone technologies being updated on a day-to-day basis. It stimulates the imagination of students, provides them with the creative juices to create many more new innovations in this field. And of course, partner with many of the drone solution providers, which are given in the next section. So I think what we want to tell you was that every technology, you want to provide a new experience to your students. How is AR, VR being used? How is AR, VR being used in the area of the virtual stores? So many ideas. And you can click over here and go to the World Innovation Network to see how they're actually being used. The way they are being used in the automotive industry. So how AR, VR is being used in the automotive industry today. Imagine the number of applications that you can create. Every technology, the 3D printing technology, for example, it's used in the healthcare business. The 3D printing technology is used in Healthcare is really mounting. So what is an idea that you want to work on? Every step, every main idea is a combination of lots many ideas, which in one fraction of a second expands your mind for many more, breakthrough ideas. And from there, you can actually iterate many more new ideas as well. The wearable technologies, I mean, is much beyond a smartwatch. What is the industrial usage of a wearable technology? Many of the safety devices, many of the coaching devices, many of the firefighting wearables in Japan that I've seen, I think the whole world has to create many more such safety devices. So try to create many more applications of the wearable technologies. In the health tech, for example, the ECG monitors, the patient diagnostic services, the therapeutic devices, many devices which can be created today, the smart sleep wearable or the skin tracking. What is your idea? So I think this whole process that we have over here, it provides you with a complete gamut of technologies along with the World Innovation Network platform that can provide you with so many new ideas and create so many new possibilities, which otherwise is not possible. Well, I think I have taken uh, more than about 45 minutes of my time on this presentation, and I would like to give it back to Anthony in case there are any comments or if in case there are any questions, any observations, anything that you may want me to address or you may want me to answer.
Thank you, Pravin. Thank you very much. I just want to add a few things too. That number one, this worldwide innovation network platform that you've created, I think, is probably one of the world's most hidden gems, if you know what I mean. It's such a powerful platform that I'd like for so many more to learn about this platform and use this platform. It's incredibly rich and resourceful platform, and as we've seen from the demonstration that you've given here, it has so many layers that you can keep going down into with and so many powerful resources for corporate organizations who have needs, who've posted their open innovation challenges, and the tools for exploring the problem space and the solution space and the technologies and the mind maps, and then venture capital firms that we can connect with to help fund the scale up of these new businesses around these solutions. So I mean, it's just an incredible gem, if you will, of a tool set and a resource. And I'm just, it impresses me tremendously. I also wanted to mention that GInI, we have a partnership with Innovation Next to, bundle this platform with with our corporate memberships and so forth. And actually, if it's okay, Praveen, let me just share my screen if that's okay with
Yes,
you.
yes,
Um,
yes.
to show here for our audience what that is. So if we look at the Global Innovation Institute's website, under our centers we have an innovation center which has a number of elements, but specifically the GNI Win Virtual Innovation Center will take you here and it will profile aspects of this platform and what it contains. And there's a preview profile that you can click here, including the mobile incubator that's associated with it. That's a PDF document that explains it in further detail and it explains the platform. But even on the platform itself, I'm sorry, on the GNI website itself, we bundle this with different packages of memberships and so forth. So there's packages for corporate clients where there's corporate memberships that involve individual memberships for your workers and so many certifications. And we have packages for smaller business organizations. We have packages for universities. So it's really a powerful package packaged together. We even have packages for small groups of students, and we have packages for individuals as well. So I just wanted to share that very briefly to point out that we have packaged Innovation Next platform, the Worldwide Innovation Next, the Worldwide Innovation Platform, with our corporate memberships and all of these other benefits in an effort to really try to help organizations develop the innovation capability and power, horsepower, if you will, inside the organization, and give them the tools they need. And I think this Worldwide Innovation Network platform is just one of many, but incredibly powerful tools, but one of the most powerful tools I've seen for really connecting people to these resources globally and some of the tools they need to have. So I just want to congratulate you on the caliber of this tool set.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anthony. And, I thank all the participants who have joined today.
Yes.
And I really wish them all the best. If they have any questions, they can write on the chat box over here. And, I have one point to say that I'm a huge believer in mind maps and the power of visual thinking. You've helped me see an opportunity to further develop our innovation process. Thank you, Peter. And uh, I wish you all the best. And please stay in touch with us for any kind of an information that you will need in this regard, and be in touch with Anthony. We'll be very happy to provide you more information and more platforms where we can provide you some more learnings on this. It's been a wonderful opportunity from Anthony. I once again want to thank Anthony and the whole team who has worked for this. And I wish everybody all the very best. Thank you so much, Anthony, and have a wonderful day.
Yes, and Pravin, if you would why don't you enter your email address if you're willing to
Yes,
into the
yes,
chat
I will.
screen there, so we can have
Yes,
a record of that. I've also put an email address in there if you want to contact GInI directly about the bundled packages. You can do that at that email address, which is winplatform@gini.org, and you can also contact Pravin directly. You can connect with either of us on LinkedIn, I'm sure. But this is Pravin's email address, pravinrajpal@winnetwork.net. So if
yes,
you want to learn more, find out more information, again, check out the GNI website that has that. Let me just real quick put that link into the chat as well. So there's the link for this web center here we have on the GNI website. So you can go there, find information. You can contact my GNI, our team, or you can contact Pravin directly, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have about the platform or the bundles and so forth.
yes. Just one more point. It's not just the platform. I think we also provide, the training to which is train the trainers training, the faculty development programs, along with the tools that we provide. We also provide training to your students. It's not just the tools. I think the tools and the training package is what that makes the whole program so successful and unique here. And I do hope that this is going to add tremendous amount of value to all your mission critical objectives.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you.
Vikrant.
Yes, and thank you for pointing that out. That's correct, Pravin. Your team does
Yeah.
obviously work with a lot of the organizations that are deploying this platform to give them the training and some of the hand holding and support and coaching they need to deploy it effectively. So I know you've launched, again, like 25 different incubators and different universities, and I think in each case you've worked directly with them to help get this thing really up and running and off the ground. So that's part of your service and support as well.
Yeah.
So if there's no other questions, then I think that takes us about to the top of the hour. And I want to thank you again, Pravin, for your time and for sharing with us. And I
It
want
was
to
a great
thank,
honor.
yes,
It was a
it was
great
an
honor.
honor to have you. And I want to thank all of our attendees for being present with us. This is being recorded, and it will be distributed to everyone who registered afterwards and be placed on the GNI Media Center and on GNI's YouTube channel. So if you want to share this with colleagues anywhere in the world, the recording will be available of this webinar.
Fantastic.
All
Thank you
right.
so much, Anthony and team, everybody. I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day ahead.
You too.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.